What up, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm doing a weekly forecast for all of us to tell you what the cosmic weather is like, what the vibe is like, what's in the for all of us for the week of May 3rd, 2020 until May 10th of 2020. So I hope everybody is surviving okay out there with all the crazy stuff going on and being locked down due to the Rona. Hopefully you're staying Rona free, and also hopefully everybody's doing well otherwise, like mentally, emotionally, and everything, because this stuff can take a toll on people, man, like all these crazy changes in the world. So hope you guys are doing okay. And also Venus is doing some crazy stuff right now, affecting our money, affecting our love life, affecting our self-esteem, our self-worth. Like, oh my god, she's doing the most right now. So we will talk about her a little bit. She's not going to go fully retrograde until next week, and I will cover that then. Don't forget, I do have videos here on my channel on the Venus retrograde period specifically, including horoscopes for every sign. I partnered with my homies Astro Jack and Apollonia, the astrology lady. Okay, so make sure you guys go check it out. It is a very long video, yes, but don't be intimidated by the time, because I have timestamps below the video that are very specific. Okay, and also I did a video on Venus squaring Neptune, which is actually exact on May 3rd, which is the day I'm recording this. Venus is squaring Neptune, so I'm going to go in on that a little bit, but I have a video to where I really went in on Miss Venus squaring Neptune and all the trickery and craziness that she can be doing right now, okay? So make sure you guys check those videos out. And also, I did post some stuff on my Instagram stories, if you haven't seen, about the North and South nodes changing signs this week. I'll talk a little bit about that here, but I did list the like each sign, just a little blurb about each sign, how it's going to affect you over the next 2 years. So don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm at Cosmic Homegirl, and I have highlights tabs or highlights reels or whatever you call it, to where you can, like, you know, I keep up with the horoscopes and certain major transits on there. So make sure you check it out. All right. So this week, oh my gosh, where do I begin? There's a lot. There's a lot going on this week and next week. The whole month of May, you guys, is just kind of crazy. And I'm not saying that like in a fear-mongering way. I mean, the energy is just like all over the place. There's lots of shifts and changes. And I know when you follow a lot of like spiritualists, like gurus, astrologers, tarot readers, psychics, and all of them, they'll say energy is shifting and changing like every freaking day. Every day. Yes, energy shifts and changes every single day. Every minute, energy shifts and changes. But the real ones will mostly tell you when things are like major, like super major ones that you can really see and recognize. Not just every day you're going through an energy shift and it's all this kumbaya, you know, nah. Not every day. There are some shifts I will talk about that only happen like once every so and so amount of years and things like that. And I do go more into detail on some of these transits too. I did a video for the month of May. If you want to look ahead and know how the whole month of May is gonna go, I did do a May horoscope in general, also here on my channel. I don't know what happened to the option on YouTube for the little I button, information button, and you can like drop in links to other videos on your channel. YouTube, man, you guys are fucking up, man. Like, I'm serious. I know I'm a Taurus and we don't really like a lot of change, but make the changes make sense, man. That's all I have to say. Like, come on, there's some stuff that YouTube changed and I'm like, why? Like, it used to be so easy to do live streams, right? And then just add people in. It was a little complicated at first, but you can do it all just on the YouTube platform, right? Now you have to run streaming software outside of YouTube and do this and do that. And oh my God, it's like hella annoying, you guys. I can't stand it. But my point is, I would link the videos here in the video, but I don't know what the hell happened to the little I button. So just go check those videos out on my channel, or if I have time and remember, I'll put the links below in the description area or in the comments. Okay. All right. So now let's get into this week. You know what? First of all, also, I wanted to mention that one of my followers who is super dope and I love her very much, she said that my videos are like ASMR, and one of them made her fall asleep, which I'm not offended by at all. Like, I really take that as a compliment. Tauruses are usually complimented on our voices, or if you're not a Taurus sun, maybe you have like Mercury in Taurus, rising in Taurus, Taurus moons. Ooh, especially Taurus moon men. Hello, how you doing with your sexy voices? But anyway, Taurus rules the voice, so a lot of us get complimented on our voices, and ASMR is like a thing now with Uranus being in Taurus and Uranus ruling the trends, right? So I took that as a compliment, but I wanted to say, she said that my May video sounded like ASMR, and I'm like, okay, I played it back. I'm like, what is she talking about? For real? And I played it back and I listened, and you know what? A lot of times I record my videos and it sounds like I'm being really quiet. I am trying to be quiet because, number one, the apartments I live in, the walls are thin as okay? And my neighbors, like, you can hear everything between the walls. Everything everybody does. Everything we do, they can hear everything, vice versa. And I'm a Scorpio rising. We are private people. Like, I don't want my neighbors listening to all my shit. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but I live in a house full of Virgos. There's a lot of Virgos in my family. Virgo sun, moon, Virgo rising, Virgo, everything, all in my family. And so when I'm at home and if I'm trying to record when there's any of my Virgo family members home, I try to keep it down and talk a little more quietly so it can sound like I'm trying to be sexy ASMR. Like, I'm really not trying to. I'm usually like, I try to be my true self, which is like, I'm super goofy and hype a lot of times. But Virgos, if any Virgos are listening and you guys get all booty hurt, I really don't care because I'm just speaking the truth. Virgos are nosy AF, okay? I cannot talk even behind closed doors without Virgos in my house regurgitating every fucking thing that I said to everybody. Like, oh, I heard you say blah, blah, blah when you were on this private conversation in your room with the door shut with one of your friends or whatever. And I'm like, yo, how the hell did you know what? Never mind, because you're Virgo. Virgos hear everything. So I have no privacy, y'all. None. So if I ever talk like really low and quiet and secretive, yeah, I'm not just, it's not on purpose to put you guys to sleep. It's because people are nosy, okay? And Scorpios are allergic to nosy, okay? And so are Tauruses. So anyway, on with your forecast. I'm sorry, you guys. Mercury is on my sun and the sun is on my Mercury. I have all this Mercury activity right now, so if you don't like the extra chatter, my bad, and deuces, whatever. This is my channel, okay? If you don't like how I do things, you can just roll out or you can rock with me. Okay, so what's going on this week? And maybe I'll timestamp because of all the chatter to show like when does the video actually start. But first of all, the moon phase. I always talk about the moon phases because they move the fastest and they show our mood and our attitudes as a collective during certain days. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days. It goes through the zodiac for every like 28 days. So every month we have the moon in a certain sign, right? So we have the moon in Virgo on the 3rd. Yeah, we're on the 3rd. We have the moon in Virgo on the 3rd. Good days for cleaning. I always mention that every month. Great days for cleaning and organizing. As a matter of fact, my mom is a double Virgo and she is actually cleaning the fridge. Oh, I am surprised. I'm super shocked at that. But yeah, she's a Virgo. That's also why I'm going to try to keep it down a little bit if I sound ASMR-ish. Okay. Because she will be nosy AF at everything that I say. But yeah, Virgos are Virgoing hard on Virgo moon days, but not just Virgos, all of us, we can be feeling like being more in a mood to work. A lot of people are working from home right now, so people are in the mood to work even though it's a Sunday. I know I am. All I can think about is work. I'm kind of chill, but like at the same time, I'm like, yo, there's a lot of stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not work, like for a workplace or for your business or whatever, maybe you're thinking about just getting your life together, getting organized. I'm talking about Virgo moon days are good for organizing down to the details, like alphabetizing your stuff, color coding and coordinating your your wardrobe and, alphabetizing your shelves. And I mean, just going through your files and your phone and your computer, clearing things out, organizing things, stuff like that, labeling stuff. Virgo moon days are excellent for that. So some people may want to chill on this Sunday, but some people are like, oh my God, this, I have a day off or whatever. And there's a lot to do to just make my life right. You know what I'm saying? To make it more organized. The moon is opposing Neptune on the 3rd. So that can bring it's like you can be hot and cold. You could be one moment really antsy to get things done. And then the next moment you're just like chill. You're like, or maybe sleepy or something. And maybe like a little lazy one moment and then the next So anyway, that's how Sunday can go with the moon being in Virgo. So the moon is in Virgo the whole day on the 3rd. And also on the 3rd, we have Venus squaring Neptune exact. Now, it could be the 4th, depending upon where you are in the world, what time zone you're on. And as most of you know, I say this in every video, so hopefully I'm not annoying. But I am on Pacific time in the U.S. I'm on the West Coast. So it's like in the daytime for us that this Venus square Neptune occurs, or like in the evening, still in the evening time on the 3rd, where it's exact. See, 2018 Gemini and 2018 of Pisces. You got to look at the degrees exact. So it'll be exact on May 3rd / May 4th. Okay. But this is something that's been building up, you guys. And I've been talking about it a lot. I will talk about it in the weekly. I talked about it in the monthly, and I did a whole video dedicated, and I am posting in my IG stories about it. I might even do like an actual IG post for everybody to read that stays there on it. I don't know, but there's just so much to say about Venus square Neptune and Venus in shadow and Venus going retrograde in like a week or so. Anyway, there's a lot to say. I try to be like a weather reporter / news reporter or whatever, like reporting live from the hood is blah, 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 blah happening, you guys. Like I try to be like that. Like when we're within the energies already, I try to report how it feels, how it's acting, how people are acting and reacting to these energies in the present. Not just do predictions ahead, you know what I'm saying? So that's why you'll hear me talk about this one a lot, okay, in almost every forecast currently. So Venus square Neptune, what can it be doing, in case you didn't see any of my other videos or posts? Pretty much, this Neptune, it rules like fantasy, confusion, illusions, deception. That can be self-deception, meaning like you put a fog over things yourself because you don't want to see the truth. You don't want to see reality. Or it's like a distortion of reality in some sort of way, a distortion or manipulation of what's real. Now, that doesn't always have to mean some sort of lies, although motherfuckers have been lying. I have noticed that. Sorry if I got loud, but yo, let me tell you, like the lies have been off the chain. Like I told you guys ahead of time that it was going to bring, why you always lying? Like it's going to bring that out of some people, especially if you're born under mutable signs. Like either you're more prone to the deception from others or self-deception, or others who are born under the mutable signs. I don't know why they feel like they have to lie and act a fool, but it's just like, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Like, don't stop with the foolishness. Just be straight up and real through this. Don't let the fog get you to where you're caught up in it and you're like, yeah. Let me just spit any old bullshit out there. Maybe they'll accept it, and don't be accepting any old bullshit either from other people. But look at, see, we have like the moon in Virgo, which is mutable, Neptune in Pisces, which is mutable, and then Venus in Gemini, which is mutable. Mutable means changeable. It can change at any second like that. It doesn't stay consistent. None of these signs are very consistent. And Sagittarius is the only one we don't have any planets currently in. But Sag energy, yes, can be very guilty as well, being caught up in this mutable energy that's like unfavorable aspects that bring like unfavorable actions or, results or whatever you want to say. So yes, mutable signs, Sag, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo. Don't be bullshitting people, okay? Number one. And don't be accepting bullshit from others. If you are being straight up, straightforward, and real, but you feel like other people are just like, wait a second, this just doesn't sound right. Like something doesn't add up, you know? Just you can question reality a lot under this transit. Okay. Question reality. Question it like a like do it. Question it. Just try to, like, under the moon in Virgo in the mix with this, I think even though this is called a T-square and it's like very tense energy and it's a negative aspect, you know, but I think it's good to have the Virgo moon in the mix, at least on the second, the third, the fourth, to help us see a logical side if we're questioning reality. Because Venus square Neptune in itself, it can make us question reality, like, oh, maybe somebody really is telling the truth, or maybe they are a good person, and we can have empathy for people where maybe we shouldn't. You know, it's like confusion and manipulation. Someone could be manipulating you into believing something so you feel sorry for them when really they're just playing games with you, you know, in order to get that reaction out of you, like, oh, okay, oh, I feel bad for you. No, F that. Virgo moon in the mix is about reality, even though it's mutable and can still do some BS. Okay. It's an earth. See, it's brown because it's an earth sign, you know, it's grounded here. So it can be like, now, wait a second now. My Cat Williams voice, Cat Williams, who is a Virgo. Now, wait a second now. This plus this does not equal this. So what the fuck are they talking about here? Who are they trying to kid? Okay, so at least while we have this moon transit and this popping off exact, there's that element there. But once the moon starts progressing and changing signs, we're still just left with Venus square Neptune, and it's going to be popping the whole entire month of May. The whole month of May. So question reality, question people's integrity, question whether or not they're telling you the truth. Also question whether or not you are perceiving situations or people in a truthful light as well, or are you blinding yourself on purpose because you really want to believe something, you really want to believe in someone, you really want to see the good only in people or situations. Okay, so this is something I'm noticing currently with this, really just like, oof, the energy is like in full effect right now with this. Okay. So I know I've been giving a lot of warnings with Venus square Neptune. But there are some good things that can happen under a transit like this. But first, let me finish the negative. Okay, I have to still get that out. Venus square Neptune, watch your purchases, you guys. Watch your purchases, because Venus does rule money and the things that you buy with your money. Neptune is confusion and it's losses, and it's like, oh, where did it go? So make sure you are being real about what is in your bank account and what is not. All right. So check your bank balance before you swipe the card and after you swipe the card. Look at your receipts when you're buying things, either online or at the store or whatever. Check over everything. Make sure that there's nothing incorrect. This is a transit to where things can go wrong with purchases that you make. You could be accidentally charged too much or less than you were supposed to, which might not be a bad thing. But then they can come back later and be like, oh, guess what? We undercharged you. You owe us. So what's good? Where's the coins? Venus square Neptune, there can be mistakes and errors in your orders of things, like you order the wrong item, like if you know you're online shopping or something or whatever. You order the wrong thing, you order the wrong size. What else with your purchases? Or you purchase something and you're like, la 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 la, let me buy this. And then later on you realize, oh, that was stupid. Like, why did I pay for that? Why did I buy that? That was dumb. This is a common transit of several that can cause this issue of people stealing your information or stealing your debit card, your credit card, stealing the information or the actual physical card, or you losing material items, losing track of them, dropping them somewhere. Lord have mercy. I told you guys this square has been building up for a minute. And I dropped my debit card. I lost it in the car. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stupid, right? But hey, I'm a Pisces moon. Like, we could be like dingy like that, like that, and just lose things because we're in La La Land, or there's dope ass song on and we're just lost in it, or, you know, our minds are somewhere else. Okay. But everybody can be feeling this, whether you're a Pisces or a mutable sign or not. Okay. So keep track of your stuff. Maybe don't let people borrow things right now. Don't let people borrow your shit right now, man, because then you could forget you let someone borrow something, or they could be hoping that you forget, and they'll have ill intent, you know, to keep your stuff under Venus square Neptune. Okay. What else? There's so much to say about it, guys, but hey, this is a weekly forecast, so I'm going to get to the other stuff. Watch the video I put out there and watch my social medias about this whole thing. But I will just mention really quickly that Venus does rule dating and relationships, and also how you value yourself, and how much you give within relationships can also be Venus. So a lot of people are starting to question while Venus is starting to station and go retrograde, and then also square Neptune. Neptune can rule unconditional love and just giving selflessly. But we could be questioning, how much selflessness am I like embodying, and how much am I giving and not receiving back? Because Venus is about equal give and take. Venus rules the sign of Libra. Libra is the scales that like to balance out, and it rules relationships and the balance of relationships. If any relationships are unbalanced, the scales like are up one way, down the other. Like if you're mostly the giver and someone else is the taker, while it's squaring Neptune, like I said, it's like giving and giving and giving just straight from your heart and soul, and you don't expect anything back. If you have situations like that, you could be really looking at them like, and questioning them and saying, you know what? I think I've been undervalued, like devaluing myself. Okay. Devaluing myself. And giving and giving and giving selflessly, and excuse me, a person or other people in general is just taking. So what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I should value myself more, which is Venus. Value myself more than that, and not let them take and drain, which is Neptune. Okay. It's another thing I'm noticing coming up. Not just with myself, but like I said, I talk to people, I observe people posting things online about their personal things and experiences, and I always compare them to what's going on in the sky, what's the cosmic weather. And it's like, oh, the math adds up. Okay, alrighty then. So yeah, just watch yourselves out there, you guys, with yourselves and with who and what you value the most, to make sure nobody is trying to take too much from you. And also, if you are more of a taker than a giver, you need to question your damn self. Okay, be real with yourself. Are you just like letting a person chase after you and give you so much love, and you're just kicking back like, oh yeah, they love me, I don't have to do shit, and kicking your feet up? Maybe this can give some wake up calls of like, yo, hold up. Yeah, I just let this person do this and this for me, and I really haven't given that much back to them. Like, that's kind of fucked up, you know, that's jacked up. So hopefully some people are questioning themselves in that way too, and not just the other way around. Okay. All right. Moving along. So, on the 4th, this is when the moon goes into Libra. This may be long, you guys, because like I said, I'm having hella Mercury transits and talking a lot. Okay. When does moon go into Libra? Okay, so yeah, on the 4th. Okay, yeah. So on the 4th of May. Oh, may the 4th be with you. Oh yeah. Okay, I just remembered that. So you guys are going to see like all the stupid Star Wars memes and stuff. Okay. Anyway, on May 4th, that's when the moon goes into Libra, and the moon will stay there in Libra for a couple of days until the 6th. So for 2 days, the moon will be in Libra. Moon and Libra days, they are ones to where you really think about relationship stuff. All the stuff I mentioned with Venus square Neptune and Venus, you know, going retrograde. When the moon is in Libra, trust me, on those days, you'll be thinking about that stuff even more, because Libra is ruled by Venus. So it's about, like I said, equal give and take, the balancing of the scales. So relationship stuff can definitely keep coming to the forefront. And yes, question everything, think about things thoroughly, write down and journal some things that are happening with you, with your relationships with others. It doesn't always have to mean like romantic, dating or whatever, but it can also mean like just any time, like even friendships. I don't always see friendships as Libra. It's just dealings with others, especially one-to-one conversations. But and like enjoying hanging out with people, friends or whomever, like the act of connect, I guess you could say, is Libra. So Moon and Libra days, your emotions are tied into like your dealings with others. And a lot of people, when the moon is in Libra, they don't like to do things alone, or they have a tendency to think about how alone they really are if they don't have a boo, or they're like just working a lot, or this quarantine could be upsetting them. Like, oh my God, I have nobody to share my time with. And I wish I had someone to help me film this TikTok video with and do this goofy dance with me. Oh my God, I have no one. So people can like really be thinking about that under this moon phase. So, I mean, do what you want to do with that energy. You can either go out and grab somebody and be like, hey, do you want to get together? I swear I don't have the Rona. Okay, let's wear our masks or whatever, stay 6 feet apart. But I still want to just be in the company of someone. So people may have that attitude and want to do that, or just sit and sulk in your lonerism. Is that a word? Loneliness, whatever. Lonerism. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. But back in high school, when people would kick it by themselves, we would say they were a loner. I was a loner a lot in junior high and high school, even though I had my homies and stuff. I don't know. I'm a Scorpio rising. Scorpios tend to be lone wolves a lot. And there's times where we just don't trust people. We don't f with people. People screwed us over in some way, and we're like, man, F everybody, F the whole human race. Like, I don't trust anybody to come near me right now. So I went through those times, you know what I mean? Just kind of chilling by myself, a loner, and there's nothing wrong with that. But hey, just don't let it upset you under this Libra moon. If you don't have somebody, like, you don't have to have somebody all the time. Oh my God. Just try to do something creative. I forgot to mention, Venus square Neptune is highly creative energy. It takes you outside of reality. So if you are a creative person in any type of way, use that energy towards that. Not worrying so much about relationships, dating, love, how you look. Oh my God, just be creative in some sort of way. Or if you're worried about how you look, this is a creative aspect that can help you to go outside the norm when it comes to like your makeup or your hair or whatever you do to beautify yourself, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. So you can have some ideas come to you and it's like, oh, I've never tried this. But however, I will say, with Venus being in its shadow period, this is not the time to try a brand new product that you've never tried before. I mean, you can, but just have the precaution that it may be something that when Venus goes direct again in like a month or so, you may not like it. But hey, Venus and Gemini in general is about trying new things. And if something doesn't work for you, you move along and you try something else. And you just keep that cycle going and you're always like in the new. So if that's something that's cool with you, then hey, whatever, shoot your shot with something new or someone new. But if you don't like failures with products, beauty products or hairstyles, if you really take them like harshly when they don't go right, this is probably not the time to try new things. But maybe just step outside your comfort zone a little bit and get creative with what you do have. This could be a time to do that. Okay. And then plus under the moon in Libra is ruled by Venus, like I said. So that's like creativity and beauty and vanity and stuff. So just work on yourself. Okay. So next on May 5th. Okay. On May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo to those who celebrate. It'll be quarantine, lockdown, Cinco de Mayo in most places. I have a little mini bar in my room now. I'm not an alcoholic. Actually, even as a Pisces moon, I rarely ever drink alcohol. It's a very rare occasion. But look, I mean, it's been my birthday. I didn't get to celebrate how I would like to have. Maybe I would have liked to have the occasional drink that I like to have, but I didn't get to, you know what I mean? So maybe Cinco de Mayo, maybe I'll just turn up a little bit, and maybe I want to do a live broadcast, either here on YouTube or on Instagram, just to chat with you guys, because I'm under all this mercurial energy in my sign. And maybe we can have a little Cinco de Mayo party or something. I don't know. Just watch my social medias. I am mutable and we can change our minds like that. So just watch my Instagram and I'll let you guys know if I decide to do it. But why did I say? Oh yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo. So if you guys are celebrating, of course, celebrate safely. Don't be out there driving around drunk and acting stupid. Okay. But yes, celebrate, have a grand old time. But look, so more seriously, May 5th, the north and south nodes are going to change signs. You see, the north and south nodes of the moon, I can go into a whole spiel about it, but then I'd make this video like 5 freaking hours long. But I did post some stuff on my Instagram highlights about it. The north and south nodes of the moon, they rule karma and destiny and fate. And they look like horseshoe magnets to me. You guys know what a horseshoe magnet looks like. And to me, they act like magnets. And you know what? Maybe I need to find a new website to do this on, because it pisses me off that they don't have this freaking south node on here. But just always keep in mind, wherever, some websites do that too. Like I know cafeastrology.com. They don't show the south node. They only show you the north node. Well, always remember the north and south nodes are exact opposite of each other by degree and by sign. Okay, so check it out. 2959 of Gemini is okay, right at 12 o'clock a.m. Pacific U.S. time is the last point of the north node in Cancer and the south node in Capricorn. Now the nodes, they change signs once every 18 years or so. It's like 18 to 20 years, right? And then they stay in a sign for about 18 months or so. And they move backwards through the zodiac. So it's already been through the sign of Cancer since 2018, and now it's being right here at 00 of Cancer, and then the south node 00 of Cap. So what does that mean? They're at their last point, the last degree. So anywhere where Cancer and Capricorn are in your natal chart, this is like the beginning of the ending of a cycle of those areas of your life really, really being highlighted and having tremendous amount of changes that are just like, whoa, like world rocking. So, just wherever they're at in your chart, that's what's like, you're going to get a little bit of, it's like a release of pressure in that area of your life, because I was mentioning that they look like horseshoe magnets because I feel like they act like magnets in your life. The north node is where you are magnetically drawn up towards, and that's like you're super obsessed with like success in that area of life, and I gotta achieve, I gotta succeed, I gotta. And the south node is like, it's still pulling you towards it. There's still lessons there, and maybe the people that are in that area of your chart that sign rules, maybe they're pulling on you, but you're just like, no, I gotta focus on this other area where the north node is at. There's karmic lessons in both areas, and karmic doesn't always have to mean bad and scary and painful and death and destruction. I despise when people use the word karmic and they use it only towards stuff like that. And also, especially when I look at some of these little tarot readings online about relationships, and people are commenting, oh, he's still with his karmic, describing the other woman or his wife or something. Like, get the out of here, man. It's like people put that word on others like, ew, they're horrible. And they don't even know if that person is in their life for a karmic reason or lesson, good or bad. They're just using that word to throw it on somebody to like try to make a spiritual experience out of the other woman, other man thing. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here. Like, stupid. So anyway, when I say the word karmic, don't always think that it means that stuff. It can mean that stuff, but that's not all. Karmic lessons can be good, that elevate you. That's where the nodes when the nodes are in, certain places in your chart, that run certain places in your life, karmic lessons are to elevate you as a soul. Okay. So anyway, we're finishing up in Cancer and Capricorn. And then they start to move backwards in the zodiac through Gemini and Sagittarius. Oof, there's so much to say, you guys. Like, I think I might do a video specifically on this because it's just so heavy. I think I might. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. But basically, you're going to be magnetically pulled and drawn towards something else in a new area of life now. And the eclipse cycles, wherever these north and south nodes are at, is where the eclipse cycles are going to be next. So we are wrapping up the Cancer Capricorn axis with the eclipses. The last ones are going to be this summer in June and July. July 4th is the last one. It's a full moon in Cap eclipse. And we have the first eclipse on this axis, where the nodes are newly at in Gemini and Sag. In June, we have the full moon in Sagittarius, and that is an eclipse in Sagittarius and Gemini. Okay, so that's pretty much what those mean. I'll elaborate more later, but just know that this week, the nodes of the moon, the hands of fate and karma and destiny, they are changing. They're changing hands. Changing signs, changing directions. So a lot of people are going to feel like there's a huge shift coming in their lives. And I don't mean that in the corny guru way. I mean like for real, for real, for real. Okay. Especially if you are a mutable sign. Yo, just do not oh my God, I can't stress it enough. Okay. Just do not play games with people right now. Just don't. I know mutables love games, especially mind games. Just don't play games with people right now, because the north and south nodes, they don't around when it comes to your life. They do bring you karmic lessons that are heavy and that, yes, are painful, and that mirror your reflection back to yourself. And if you've been on some BS, goofing around, playing games with people, lying and all that, that's all gonna come flying back at you hardcore over the next 18 months, the next 2 years, whatever, through the nodes and through the eclipses. Okay, so playtime is over. Seriously, if you are somebody who lies a lot, and just likes to just say whatever, ha ha ha, just to say it, just to make someone happy, but really you don't mean it. You have a lack of follow through. You have a lack of direction and consistency. There's a lot that's gonna be thrown at you that's heavy over the next couple of years. That's like real reality checks and lessons. Okay, so that's Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo. Okay, so moving on. The moon is going to be in Libra, and then it goes into Scorpio on the 6th, the wee hours of the 6th of May. So what does this mean? Our mood, our attitude is going to be more scorpionic, and we are building up to a full moon in Scorpio, which occurs the next day, and I'll talk about that in a second. But just in general, moon and Scorpio days are, the mood is a lot heavier emotionally, and just our attitudes are a little more scorpionic, just kind of maybe more private, maybe just want more chill and in deep introspection, and deep thoughts, more in our subconscious minds, listening to moody music like The Weeknd and anything that's darkness. Actually, The Weeknd's music now is not as dark as it was back in the day, but maybe his old stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, you're just a little more moodier than usual. Maybe you just want to keep to yourself. A lot of people are in the mood for some loving when the moon is in Scorpio, and maybe sending those sexy snap chats and all that stuff. Maybe wearing black on those days, wearing your sunglasses if you go out, wear the masks and the sunglasses, being super ultra mega ninja mode when the moon's in Scorpio. So that's kind of how the mood is, and what we could be focusing on can still be, this Venus square Neptune is bringing up a lot of stuff. It's still in effect on that day. So maybe like intimacy, which Scorpio rules, deep connections with people and what they really mean to us. Not just like, oh, somebody to hang out with, haha, and then skip out. No, Scorpio deals with the people that really make an impact on your life emotionally and like on a really deep soul level. So you could be really thinking about stuff like that, like who means that to you, and also your intimate relationships, like physically with people. They could be up for review, under this transit, or maybe you feel like in an escapist mode and you just really like, let me be real with you guys. Moon and Scorpio days can make people miss their exes a lot. For me, it doesn't make me miss exes. No. It makes me go the opposite Scorpio way, and I'm just like, they're dead to me. But some people, they can get in their feels a lot to where they long for something that once was, if that makes sense. And then Venus square Neptune can really have you like, oh, about people like that too. So just be aware of that. But yeah, the moon is in Scorpio starting on the 6th, and then the full moon is on the 7th. It's in the early part of the day or early morning on the 7th, depending upon where you're at. But it is definitely on the 7th, okay? So, yeah, okay. Yeah. So it might be when some of us are still sleeping and dreaming when the full moon takes effect. But basically, full moons are when the sun and moon, they are in opposite signs, but they're at the same degree and they're opposing each other. And that's why we could see it in the sky, so clearly and bright. And there's an opposition between two areas of life. And usually it's an opposition that creates a lot of tension, and the tension has to break somehow. So the way that it breaks is by us making a decision. Some finalizations of decisions can be coming up. And just in general, the Taurus-Scorpio axis deals with money, finances, worth, value, and things like that. That can even be worth and value of yourselves. And how much you give and take can be Taurus and Scorpio too, because Taurus can be about like things that you value and you hold dear to you, and also your self-worth. And then Scorpio could be about like really giving yourself on an intimate level and opening yourself up to people emotionally. It's either you do that or you block them out or you close them. Like, which way are you gonna go, so there could be some financial things, maybe some relationship things just in general with this full moon in Scorpio. But with the moon being the main focus and the sign that it's in, with this Venus square Neptune, Venus stationing to go retrograde, definitely some relationship and intimacy stuff is coming to light, coming to the forefront to be decided upon. The moon is trine Neptune, so a trine is a good aspect. It does give a Neptunian flavor to this full moon, if you will, meaning like there is, questioning reality, maybe tapping more into your intuition and relying upon spirituality and your intuition for answers to what you should decide to do. And this full moon, it also makes a trine to Pluto. Okay, so it's like the sun part of it trines Pluto because they're both in earth signs. But it sextiles Neptune, and then, the moon sextiles Pluto, but trines Neptune. Pluto and Neptune are very spiritual planets, I guess. Like, well, they can rule like our intuition, our ability to just feel out like BS and have an inner lie detector is Pluto. And then Neptune is like, okay, something is not physically, tangibly in front of me, but I feel that it's real, or I feel that it's this way, and I know that my feeling is correct. Both planets can kind of deal with stuff like that. So they are involved with this full moon. Mercury is involved as well. So maybe Mercury is communication and conversation. Maybe there's something that'll come up, an important conversation that's like, yo, like we really need to talk about this. Maybe some people can have relationship ultimatums that come through with this full moon. If it's not relationships, like I said, it's money or whatever, but it depends on where this full moon lands in your chart, where Taurus and Scorpio are at in your own personal chart. But yeah, full moon in Scorpio, a lot of people like to share like these scary ass pictures of the full moon with like all kinds of demons and and stuff like that. Full moon in Scorpio, ooh, like if it's freaking Halloween and it's like a once in a lifetime scary phenomenon, all big ass red moon, like ready to destroy us. But it's like it can have that element to it, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not all about like scary stuff, and not all of us are trying to summon demons under this Scorpio moon. So don't get caught up in that hype. Um, but it is intense. Okay, Scorpio is intense, it's emotional, and the full moon is already emotional, and this is a very intense full moon. I'm not gonna lie or downplay that, but there won't be no bats flying out of your closet or nothing stupid like that. All right, so on the 8th, this is when the moon goes into Sagittarius. And moon and Sag energy is going to be great to have. It always is great to have after Scorpio moon phases every month. Because the moon and Sag, we'll still be in the full moon phase, like physically, it'll still be like all huge in the sky and, affecting people emotionally and stuff. But it's in the sign of Sagittarius now, which is a lot more lighthearted. It's a fire sign. It's about action. It's about it's a happy-go-lucky energy. It's about like not worrying too much about tomorrow, whereas Scorpio could be all paranoid and worried about the future, worried about getting hurt and all the worst that can happen. Scorpio is, has us worried about, but then Sag is just like, oh well, skippity-doo-dah, life happens, shit happens. Oh, let's just go on with life. Let's just push forward. So that's more of the mood over the next couple of days. Such a relief. Oh my god. So even as a Scorpio rising, I will tell you guys, Scorpio moons like kill me, man. I whenever the moon is in Scorpio every month, I always like have to pray a lot on those days or sleep a lot. Like I want to sleep the days away so I don't feel any of that emotional intensity. And I'm like, oh my God, can I just sleep for 2 days, and wake up when the moon's in Sag and be like, woo. So yeah, a nice change, shift in attitude. People are more adventurous when the moon is in Sag. It's like, how adventurous can we be under a lockdown? But some people are still getting out in nature and like exploring their local areas as much as they can and as much as they're allowed to. So yeah, moon and Sag days are perfect for that, for going on hikes and walks and wherever you're allowed to go right now, okay? Like, and explore. So the moon and Sag, it's good days for, just kind of having a more optimistic attitude towards life and looking towards your goals and stuff in life with no fears. Okay, so on the 9th, what do I have? Oh, Mercury trine Pluto. Okay. So Mercury is at 24 degrees of Taurus and Pluto is at 24 degrees of Capricorn. So they're making a trine aspect. What does that mean? Mercury trine Pluto, this is building up, right? In the days prior. It's just exact on the 9th, I'm sorry. So when we have that full moon in Scorpio, we still have Mercury trine Pluto, and the sun is like building up to making that same aspect in the coming days. So Pluto is the ruling planet of Scorpio, and it does rule transformation and death and rebirth and serious stuff and psychology and traumas and fears and all of that. Pluto rules that stuff. So Mercury is our thoughts and our communication. So that's what we are focusing on. So in layman's terms and real world stuff, the full moon in Scorpio and then this too can make us more in tune with like wanting to watch stuff about serial killers. I know I am totally guilty of that when we have Pluto transits or transits to, aspects to Pluto. I'm more into like serial killer documentaries and like those shows on ID Discovery, like The First 48 and Deadly Women. And oh my God, you already know, like, so on days like this, you guys, Mercury rules curiosity, Mercury trine Pluto days, you might be like casually binge watching a show or something, right? And you may become curious about what these people's astrology charts look like. Not just the characters, like, but maybe the actors that are playing a character, like, oh, I'm getting blah 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 vibes off of them, let me look up their chart. Or if you watch a documentary or something, or real life true life story, it's like, oh my God, their life is interesting. What is their astrology chart, what does their natal chart look like? So you could be wanting to like research and investigate things a lot more. Or just in general in your regular life stuff, you might be researching and investigating information a lot more. And yes, your inner BS detector, lie detector will be so on point under Mercury trine Pluto. So don't even let these people lie to you. Especially Venus square Neptune is very, haha, everything's a joke and a freaking big ass lie. But under this, it's like, it's that little emoji with the hand on his chin, and then the other emoji that has the one eyeball with the little one spectacle thing on his eye. Like, really now? Let's investigate. This doesn't add up to this and this and this. And the lie detector results say you are, I was going to say, you are not the father. You are a lie. So yeah, don't people just, that's why I'm saying don't do it. Don't play games and don't lie, you guys. I can't say it enough, because then there's this Taurus energy, this Capricorn energy that doesn't play and that sees right through the BS. Like, come on now, dog. Come on, man. Don't make me put my little Boosie video out. Anyway, Mercury trine Pluto. Great days for research, investigation, curiosity about deep topics and subjects, and about other people. Some people may be on stalk mode, creep mode on those days, like, creeping on people's Instagrams and going way back. Ooh, who is this person really? Let me look back to 2012 when they first got on here. Who were they then, and how have they changed? And what's their life really like? Let me try to find them on Tinder. Ooh, are they on here? What does that profile look like? Like, Or looking at people's criminal records, like I love to do, especially when dudes try to hit on me. I get their first, last, middle initial, their date of birth, and everything. As soon as I get all that information, I am on that criminal background court case website. Okay, I do not play around with these dudes. I've been played before by mutable signs, okay, trying to say, oh girl, I don't have no criminal record. Get their info. Oh, guess what? They have 5 different child support cases, 5 different baby mamas, but yet they said they have 1 child. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mercury trine Pluto can make you pull up some shit. Okay, the people are hiding. Anyway, I'm a Scorpio. That's how we operate. This is totally our energy. Everybody will be under it. So I'm just saying, if you're curious about things, you can really pull up some important information. I'm not encouraging creeping and stalking, but I'm just cracking a little joke. That's how some people can act under an energy like this. But if you do need to investigate people, yes. Oof. On point. Okay. Mercury trine Pluto. Okay, and then we have the moon moving into Capricorn on the 10th. Moon and Cap days. So moon and Sag days. Oh yeah, the moon's in Sag over the weekend. So people might be, however they can party right now, they may be a partying. And just no worries, have a good time, throw back a couple, who cares, right? And then when the moon's in Cap, it's like, yo, it's time to get busy, time to get serious with life. And people may be more focused on, getting ready for the week, looking more into their finances, looking more into their life goals, and am I on the right path right now? And if I am not, what can I do to get myself there? What's my 5-year plan? Like, people are thinking about stuff like that under the moon in Capricorn. People are a lot more bossy than usual, especially if you are in your household. The moon rules your house, it rules your family, so you could be more bossy towards your family, whether you are an authoritarian or not within the family. Yeah, but moon and Cap days, people are more on their, respect my authority tip, and not taking any BS from people. And if people are acting childish in any way or immature, they can get on your nerves. And the moon is in Capricorn. I have a lot of Capricorn people close to me. I always end up working with Caps very closely, and my sister's a Cap. I just have other people close to me, close friends who are Caps. And Caps and Scorpios, let me tell you, are the top signs that will always talk about how much they hate people and are frustrated with humanity. And Aquarius is also get that way, like frustrated with humanity. But Cap and Scorpio are like, we're like, I hate people too. Okay, let's hate people together. So when the moon is in Capricorn, you may feel like frustrated with people and their stupidity and that might be heightened a little bit more. But yes, good days to focus on business and getting your life together. So that is it, you guys, for the weekly forecast from May 3rd through May 10th of 2020. Hopefully we all make it through okay. And don't forget to check out the other videos that I mentioned. I will try to remember to drop links. If I don't, please forgive me. But you can find them on my channel. All right. I have different playlists and they're just right there. Don't forget again to follow me on Instagram. In my stories is where I post the most astrological stuff. I crack some jokes here and there, but I do, post some educational things and horoscopes too. So follow me there under at Cosmic Homegirl. And I hope you guys have a good week. And stay safe out there and Rona free. All right, peace.
Hello? Of course you're the only girl. You're all I think about. You're the only girl for me. You're all I think about. You're special.